Alright, so first off, I want to take the time and thank you guys so much for the recent support me and Noah have been getting. Like, we're honestly so grateful, and it's amazing to have such a great community of people behind us. And also thank you to Pans for featuring us on his channel. Without further ado, let's begin the video. So for the S plus tier, we have two junglers, and these two junglers are considered the hardest carrying right now. So first up we have Graves. Graves is actually without a doubt the best hard farmer, DPSer right now. With the lethality buffs, he can pretty much either one-shot people or just honestly take down objectives extremely quickly. The second champion is Hecarim, who has honestly been untouched with like the Colossus nerfed. It wasn't even that bad because he still has like resistances in his W, he has escapes, he has a lot of DPS, so these two are without a doubt right now my top two, and these are my stats on both of them, so I think I have a rough idea on how good they are. For the S tier we have 7 champions. Elise, who has been pretty much untouched recently. She's still one of the strongest level 3 junglers, so therefore her ganks are also extremely strong and her clear is untouched, despite the Gromp and other camps getting extra DPS. Olaf was also a champion I considered for the S plus tier, but his late game is just way too weak, but his early and mid game are extremely good, so you can take advantage of that. Kha'zix and Rengar both got nerfed, but they're still also decent champions. They can still carry, but obviously not as hard as Graves and Hecarim. Lee Sin is also still decent despite the ultimate nerf. Warwick's a wildcard pick. He's kind of so-so, like he can either carry or be extremely relevant. As far as late game goes, he's pretty strong and he has a lot of DPS as well. And he's super hard to kill with his fear and his damage reduction. And finally Rek'Sai is also wildcard. She's still decent, but she can't carry as hard. For the A tier we have Evelyn, who is showing some play in competitive as far as Moon has gone. I mean, he makes her look good, but honestly she's not that great in a solo queue atmosphere. Yeah, you can get picks, but like it's really hard to pull it off because some people actually know how to play the game and she's harder to pull off. Vi also got nerfed, but she's still strong. I think you have to run Thunderlord over Colossus, so look for that. Nocturne is also still decent. He hasn't been nerfed, so his split push game is pretty decent. Ivern is a champion that can he's more of a champ that wants to get carried rather than do the carrying himself. So if you're super fan on Ivern, you don't really contribute much, whereas if you can give your gold to another champion, you'll still contribute as much, and then they'll become more reliable because they'll have the gold and you can just still press E on them. Zac has been also untouched, but Colossus got nerfed, so he's similar to Ivern. He wants to get carried. Xin Zhao's weird. He can carry, but he's extremely one-dimensional. He has no escapes, so once he goes in, he's just pretty much stuck there. Shaco had one of the highest win rates, but he's not that good either because he's easy to play against. And then Quinn has this lethality buff where she can just hit level 6 and then just power gank everything. Just his clearing's bad, while her clearing for Krugs and Raptors. For the B tier we have these champions where they have a lot of team fight potential, just their early game is extremely bad and then they're really hard to carry with if your team is bad. So Rumble is one that comes into question. Sejuani, Mumu, Skarner, these champs just rely on their ultimate, and then there's some counterplay revolving that, but aside from that, without their ultis, they're really bad champions. I mean, Rumble's okay, but the other 3 are really irrelevant. Italy's been nerfed way too much, but I was thinking about putting her in A, but honestly she's just garbage now. And then Jarvan's okay, he has a good win rate, but he's the only reason his win rate's high is because of his E, the attack speed passive. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the B tier. And finally for C tier, I would not recommend playing these jungle champions at all. So Kindred is one of the first one that comes to mind. She was honestly one of the best junglers. You can still pull her off, but honestly she just gets one shot too quick. Unless you're a really good Kindred player, it's not worth the effort to put into learning her. Nunu, I have not seen a single Nunu this season. Once he got buffed, he was pretty broken, but then they just they adapted the jungle in a way to make him entirely useless. I have not seen a single Nunu jungle. Greg is also, without his ulti being able to be thrown without a delay, Gragas is just complete garbage. Yeah, his DPS and clear are good, but as far as team fights go, he's utterly useless. And then Aatrox is good as a champion, but like since he doesn't see much play in NA, most people don't know how to play with or against it. I mean, there's like the unknown factor you can rely on, but yeah, you won't have much support from your teammates if you lock in Aatrox jungle. Alright, so also bear in mind that I didn't take any flex picks into consideration, so you know, Talon, Wukong, yes, they're played jungle as well, but they're mostly top or mid lane champions, so they're not really a part of my tier list. As far as these kinds of videos, they'll be most likely done a week after every single patch, so I can understand how the meta is, who's the best jungler, who's the worst, etc. So let me know if you enjoyed this video, this type of video, and have a nice day.